We're going to talk about the 5th Arab Roundtable meeting, results of it, recommendations, and our objectives for this Arab Round meeting. In December 2017, the 5th Arab Round meeting convened, and there were a lot of participation from the 10 YFP focal points, which met focal points, civil society, private sector, government, UN agencies. And the discussions were really generated excellent discussions and recommendations for the Arab region to achieve and implement the sustainable consumption production. Let me start backwards, or frontwards, as you consider it. The 6th Arab Roundtable, it's a platform to engage all our stakeholders, to have an open dialogue and discuss all the issues, challenges, and possible solutions, and case studies and success stories concerning the sustainable consumption production in the Arab region. Our theme for this meeting is sustainable consumption production in the Arab region, actions for moving forward. The expected outcomes of this Arab Roundtable is to get an update on the high-level political forum Sustainable Development 2019 and the 4th session of the UNEA, or UN Environment Assembly, to share the experiences and initiatives on sustainable consumption and production, solutions, projects, case studies, and challenges. To have an effective interactive dialogue among our stakeholders, all of us, and to raise the awareness of the roundtable participants to galvanize implementation opportunities in the region. We want, or we're hoping, that we come out with to find out or pinpoint the challenges that we faced in implementing sustainable consumption production and in the region, and to find innovative financing and business solutions, to share knowledge and experiences and good practices, success stories, and incorporate technology innovation in the sustainable consumption production. This Arab Roundtable was built over, or the theme was the way forward for the Arab region. And in view of the outcomes of the 4th session of the UNEA and an open dialogue, we want to view the status of the Arab Roundtable for the implementation of the 10 YFP on sustainable consumption production and updated to move forward in the region. What were the recommendations of the 5th Arab Roundtable? And bear with me because we had a lot of recommendations. There was a recommendation to prepare an executive program for 2018 to 2020 for sustainable, I'll just say SCP, okay? To implement this recommendation, to emphasize the importance of the public-private partnership and integrate the civil society, the research centers, and all the stakeholders implementing SCP activities, to raise awareness and technology transfer and building capacities, to invite the media sector, and that was one of the most important recommendations through the League of Arab States, to develop a strong impact awareness media plan in cooperation with all the stakeholders, and to stress on the priority areas of the SCP, which of course all of you are aware of them: energy, transportation, waste, resources, urban development, and the cross-cutting sectors. There was a call upon the Arab countries, or recommended to call upon the Arab countries to prepare and finalize their SCP National Action Plan. For those who have an existing, to update it with the international standards, and those who have their national action plans in accordance with the international standards, to implement pilot projects to find out how did it go, or is it feasible or not. To establish and strengthen the SCP mechanism at the national and the regional level with the support of the UN Environment, S.1, CEDARE, and League of Arab States. To update and enhance the legislations and legal frameworks of the SCP at the national level. To set up national committees to follow up on the SCP. All these are requests from the Arab countries, or a call on the Arab countries. To urge central banks, and that was a very important factor, because finding financial incentives for SCP is costly. Of course, trying to save the environment is quite costly. So there was a call on the countries to urge their central banks to find financial incentives. to identify, if an Arab country does not have an SCP focal point, to identify a focal point for coordination, and to participate in the Action on Green Economy page. There was a call on the technical secretariat to build capacities and skills in the Arab countries, and to be able to help them ease available resources and benefit from the financing funds that by calling on central banks, to establish an interactive Arab network, to exchange knowledge, to share experiences, to benefit each other from, for those who are more advanced in their national action plan, and to assign an Arab working group for indicators on natural resources for SCP to be used. The indicators, of course, are very important to be used in monitoring implementation. Also, calling on the technical secretariat to evaluate and monitor the implementation of SDG using the adopted international SCP indicators, to invite specialized Arab organizations, private sector mainly, not mainly, but I mean also, to benefit from their field experience, and to develop guiding standards and specifications to achieve the SCP. The request to the UN environment, there was a recommendation to the UN environment, Mr. Tariq, if you've noticed, to replicate the switch med experience, and look, in the Arab countries, and call it Switch Arab. Actually, I'd like that name, and also to call on the European Union to support these efforts, and also calling on the UN environment to continue working through its bureau in West Asia to cover the activities and programs of the Arab state, and together with the League of Arab States. Mr. Mohammed, please come. Also, we wanted S.1 to extend their optimal support to the Arab countries and to enrich and support all their activities related to the sustainable consumption production in the Arab region. The most important, or what we kind of closed the recommendation with, is to request the technical secretariat of the Council of Arab Ministers responsible for environment to mobilize resources so that we can have an Arab roundtable yearly. Currently, we're having it every 2 years, so that was one of the
1 minute.
main. Yes, please.
1 minute. Okay. Time. Yeah.
1 minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.